Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing two layouts in my 6x8 family album that I usually do a combination of pocket pages and outside the pocket page photos. Sorry, I was losing my words there. And so we are playing with the new Cocoa Daisy kit called Flourish. This is the one available for the month of May. I hope that's correct. And previous on my channel should be the unboxing and my first project with this collection, which was done in my traveler's notebook, which was, just to refresh, this layout right here. I'm just waiting to do my journaling still. And so this one was the first one. And now we are continuing playing because I love it so much. And usually once I have it on my desk, I like to play with it as much as possible. So this paper is featured in that notebook as well as the scrapbooking kit. And I love it. You guys, I love it. So I'm probably going to use it in the scrapbook in the TN as well. But for this layout, I want to pair it with a photo that I'll cut into a oval. And I had this kind of like template. I had cut it out previous for a 4x6 card. And the photo will fit perfectly once I cut it with this. So we're going to find a photo from this park day and put it in here in an oval, which I think will go... it'll fit perfectly. And then kind of, I think these four go well, even though I did audition this one as well. But I always like to add a sentiment because I do like the colors and then have all my journaling there. So this was all on that park day. So we'll put this together, fairly simple. Then on the back side, because this page, and that was the thing, doesn't fit outside the page protector. So it fits inside a page protector. So that's how it will be with another page protector. And then on the opposite side, we'll put this photo. So I printed that out to be in there with it. And then use these gorgeous cards as well. So Mayflowers remind us why the rain was so necessary. They just matched, I thought. So we'll do some journaling and embellish the whole thing so that they get tied together. So fairly simple, but I'm still taking you along because that's what I do. That's what I do for you. So let's work on this one first and get the journaling done. And cut the photo and embellish everything so it's all pretty, and then move on to the next one, okay? So let's get started. So let's get started with this very, 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 very pretty collection. So I printed this park picture. It's actually like one of my favorite photos I've taken in a while, just because of the structure of the swing arch as well is in the photo, and I just was under it so like perfectly for this photo to be captured. So I have this template of an oval cutout that is like the 4-inch long oval, and I've used it so many times now that I just keep this kind of cutout probably for my silhouette on my desk in a drawer. That way anytime I need an oval shaped one that's 4x6, I just always have it at ready, because I just actually don't have oval shaped die cuts, which is maybe something to add to cart soon, but that's neither here nor there. So I already had everything kind of auditioned out for you in my intro as I explained, and I do go in later on to add the journaling on this card. I just didn't want to keep it from having this video to go up. So like always, I'm always trying to embellish the cards just a little bit more. So the one that says bloom, grow, flourish, I added 2 sort of floral washi stickers on there, and then a washi sticker on the simple journaling card that just had notes and the lines. I added the little flower on there too. Here we are embellishing the photo itself on the page with some of the chipboard butterfly pieces, and there's also going to be like a little cluster of flowers as well from the embellishment pack that I use. Do remember that the embellishment pack, at least the die cuts in Cocoa Daisy, they are self-adhesive, so just take off the release paper in the back and they are stickers. And then usually for me, because I just don't like the bulk usually for the chipboard, I'm always taking off the chipboard backing and then using the sticker on top as like another die cut element. That's just how I roll, just because while I do like the chunk on some of them, like the thickness and stuff, for packing the most I can in every album, I usually try to keep all of the chunk down, and that's just once again a personal preference. So here I am going in with some of the rub-ons. They are oh so beautiful, and the rub-ons, if you don't know, or new to my channel, they do work good on photo paper, which is usually how I add a few as well, because I always like to embellish the photos themselves so that they look intentionally part of the page. Not that you have to do it that way. Do know that this is just always inspiration for you on how to use your kits, and because I am sent the kit as part of the design team, I just like to kind of throw as much of the product as I can onto my projects, not necessarily knowing that each customer will use them like I am, but just so that you know that you can throw, like use the rub-ons on your photos. You can put washi stickers on your 3x4 cards and make them fancier. You can take off the chipboard, from the elements so that they're just kind of die cuts. Just things that, can make your crafting experience just a little bit more enjoyable, and to use some of that product so that it's not sitting in our stash is also where I come from, a place of, I'm guilty of it too, like my stash grows and grows and grows, but sometimes I don't want to destash it. I rather have all the pretty things in my albums so that I flip through my pretty albums, or when my family comes over and they're seeing prettiness rather than it being on the simpler side. I rather it look like an explosion of color in my albums, and that's how I roll. So this one is, I think, wrapping up. I added a little bit of washi as you saw me talk, and you saw me add a couple more rub-ons onto my photos. And then I am trying to use the stamp set, which has a few good sentiments. So I'm stamping the sunshine, it says sunshine big, and then a few of the flower icons, and I think there's also a butterfly icon that I add on a few of the areas of, just available negative space in my essence, in my experience. And so that one is complete. Now let's go on to the back side. And this worked out so good to work kind of back to back, so I don't have to worry about going back and filling in holes. I need to work like this more often, you know what I mean? Because even when I finish some of my 6x8, I always have to go back and tell like a random story in order to fill in, the backside of a pocket page or something, and it always kind of throws me. But for at least the last few months, I have been conscious of making sure that the next layout flows with whatever page is available afterwards, so that I can constantly keep it going and not have any blank holes in my album. At least I'm trying to make an effort. So I have a picture of my garden recently. I have a new little, I have like a collection of 4 or 5 bunny, that cement bunny statues for the outdoors. I just collect the bunnies. I always have. I think it's ever since I was a mom. I collected bunnies for Valentina's bedroom when she was a baby, and so now it's just a bunny thing is a theme in my garden. And so I'm trying to revamp my front lawn. I moved into my house now. It's been 2 years, and I still have like the starter landscape package that the house came with, and some of it looks dead, and some of it looks just very thin still. So I am just buying plants more often. And I always have loved plants, but I'll be honest, most of my plants die, and now I'm trying to plant new plants so that I can take better care of them, at least be conscious again of that, and water them and stuff. And so that's just a picture of my new statue of Bunny. I had new coleus that I planted, and new, it almost looks like baby's breath, but it's not. It's called Asamire. I don't even know. Asalem, something with ASS. and all those seeds are growing in. And so it was a great shot, kind of getting down low and getting it. So here I am just clustering. You saw me cut up 2 of those 3x4 cards so I can have really big flowers for the bottom of my page. I am embellishing it with one of the chipboard elements. That's a circle. And then using the leather felt text strips at the top with the butterfly chipboard element. And then these 2 4x6 cards that I auditioned worked perfectly for this. So my journaling will go on clear sticker paper, and I don't think I do much to these cards. These cards needed nothing more, in my opinion, because they were just so pretty in the illustration that complemented them that it worked out effortlessly. So yeah, these are my 2 layouts. I don't have an outro for this, so you'll be seeing my close-up photos coming up. But this is definitely a fun collection that I hope to kind of go through. One of my favorites, actually, and then, kind of you leave it on my desk so that I use it, even if it's in my daily journal and stuff too. So these are just stories that deserve a place in my 6x8 album. And I hope you've enjoyed your time with me. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.